Welcome back to the channel.
I've flown over 1 million miles with Virgin Atlantic. That's the equivalent of 145 return trips from London to New York. Along the way, I've picked up a number of tips. In this video, I'm going to share my top 10 tips to transform your experience when travelling Virgin Atlantic upper class. I hope you find the tips useful, and I'd be delighted if you'd subscribe to my channel. Your support really does make a huge difference. Okay, let's jump straight in at number 10. First things first. To make the most of your travel experience, you need to know which aircraft you're scheduled to fly.
The Virgin Upper experience is very different across their aircraft. Some have a bar whilst others have a loft, and they offer 3 quite different seats. You can find out which aircraft you're scheduled to fly when making a booking by clicking on Flight Details. After booking, you can see the plane type in Manage My Bookings in the flight details next to the flight number. You can also find out the aircraft type and view the seat map on sites like Expert Flyer. I always check out the details on Expert Flyer before booking a flight. I've even been known to move the dates of a trip to fly on the aircraft type I want. There's a free version of the site which allows a limited number of searches, or a subscription version with unlimited searches. Choose your seat in advance. Seats in upper class can be selected for free from the point of booking. With BA, you pay upwards of £50 per flight to select a seat in business class, unless you have executive club status. But what are the best seats? On Boeing 787-9 and Airbus A330-300 aircrafts, the A seats have an aisle to themselves, so can be quieter for night flights. G and K seats are on the same aisle, which can be busier, but work better for families and larger groups. On Airbus A350-1000 and Airbus A330-900neo aircrafts, all suites are more enclosed. A and K seats have window views. D and G seats are pairs in the middle of the cabin. On the Neo, seats 1D and G are retreat suites. They are larger and you pay a surcharge to select them. If you want to get served food and drinks first, then it's best to sit towards the front of the cabin. On flights from the UK and many return destinations, you can now pre-order the main course for your meal a few days in advance of the flight. If you pre-order, there is a far wider selection of dishes rather than the 3 options you get on board, so it's well worth doing. You should receive an email about pre-ordering food a few days before the flight, but if not, just go to preselect.virginatlantic.com. Remember, you can take more luggage. Bags can weigh up to 32 kilos or 70 pounds rather than the 23 kilo limit for economy or premium passengers. You can check 2 bags, and Flying Club Gold members get a 3rd bag for free. However, if you have a connecting flight with a partner airline, the allowance might not be as large, so it's worth checking. If you're returning to the UK, it's always useful to know how the outbound flight is progressing. This will give a sign of any likely delays to your flight. In general, the outbound flight number is 1 less than the return. So if you're flying from Seattle to London on the VS106, the outbound from London is the VS105. This then gets cleaned and sent back to London with you on board. You can track the flight on Google, but for more detailed information, I head to Flight Radar 24. There you can see the route the aircraft is taking, when it took off, and its ETA. You can also check that it's still the same aircraft type and get all the stats on the plane you'll be flying, such as how old it is and where it's been flying recently. You often find out about potential delays hours before anything is announced publicly, which can be really useful if you want to ask for a late checkout from your hotel.
And number 5 is a really special part of the Virgin experience.
If you're flying from Heathrow, arrive with the exclusive upper class wing. In Uber, you can select the wing as your destination rather than the main terminal. All upper class passengers can be dropped off at the wing. There's no need to book in advance. Just drive up and give your name and flight number. Then sail through from curbside, where a porter will help with your luggage, through check-in and straight to the private security lane. Allow plenty of time to relax in the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse. The Heathrow Clubhouse is one of the best business class lounges around and has won many awards. There are also clubhouses at some of the outposts, including JFK, where the lounge is located directly above most of the departure gates used by Virgin. All of the clubhouses have multiple zones, from brasserie seating to sofas and desk space. The environment is fun, with more varied seating than your average airport lounge. Go to the restaurant, sit at the bar, watch a movie, or just relax in one of the quieter spaces. There's waiter service of hot food and drinks, with everything from a quick snack to a full meal available. And plenty of champagne. It's all complimentary. There are also bathrooms to shower and freshen up. A hidden gem of the Heathrow Clubhouse is the rooftop viewing deck. Head up the stairs by the brasserie. There are great views out across the apron, and you may just spot your aircraft arriving on stand. And when you are on board, enjoy the social space. Something which sets Virgin Atlantic apart from most other airlines flying transatlantic is the onboard social spaces, where upper class passengers can relax and have a drink together. On 787s and A330-300s, there's a bar at the back of the cabin. On A350s and A330-900neos, there is a lounge called the Loft.
I've made some lifelong friends chatting at the upper class bar. And at number 1, the crew make Virgin stand out as a distinct airline. They're always good fun and often very knowledgeable about the destination you're flying to. The bar in particular provides a great opportunity to talk to the crew. I have even ended up in nightclubs with the crew. They're always good fun. I hope you found these tips useful. Please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what tips you have in the comments.
And I'd be really grateful if you'd subscribe to Doors to Auto for future reviews. Until next time, take care.